Set in the 10th century, the story follows a Muslim explorer named Ahmed. He is traveling on a ship with Northmen. It all begins when Ahmed is sent as an ambassador to a kingdom in the north. He and his uncle make a long journey by camel and are even chased by murderous bandits. After escaping the bandits, Ahmed and his uncle reach the Northmen's camp to meet their chieftain. Luckily, his uncle speaks Greek, the main language of the Northmen in that region, so finding the chieftain's home is not too difficult. After asking a few people, they learn the king has just died. His successor is his son, appointed to take his place. Ahmed is astonished when he witnesses the brutality of Bulawith executing a traitor who tried to assassinate him. Ahmed is shocked again by the culture and customs of the Northmen when they burn the king's body as part of the funeral ritual. The next morning, while Ahmed and his uncle are having coffee with the Northmen, a group of soldiers from another kingdom appears, led by a young boy. The boy turns out to be the son of another king, sent to ask Bulawith for help after a disaster struck their kingdom. The boy describes the dire state of his land. The king is dying, villages are destroyed and supplies are burned. The people are hungry, out of work, and even their fuel is being fraudulently mixed. But the most terrifying thing is they are terrorized by an army of creatures believed to be ancient demons, so much so that even speaking their name is forbidden. Soon after, a soothsayer appears to determine how many soldiers Bulawith must send. After throwing chicken and fish bones on the ground, he concludes that 13 able men must be sent to help the boy's kingdom. One by one, brave warriors step forward to volunteer, including Bulawith, who will be the leader. Everyone grows quiet when the soothsayer says the 13th warrior must not come from the north. Ahmed is confused as everyone turns to look at him. Ahmed is stuck in a dilemma. Joining is uncertain, but refusing is frightening because the Northmen are so fierce. He has no choice but to join as the 13th warrior and says goodbye to his uncle to begin the long journey. They travel by horse for a day and a night. When Bulawith's group sets up camp, they witness that Ahmed is extremely intelligent, even a genius, because he can understand the northern language just by watching and listening to their mouth movements. It takes him less than half an hour. This amazes everyone, including Bulawith, who personally meets Ahmed and asks, "Can you draw sounds?" Drawing sounds means writing, since writing is still unfamiliar and only a few people use it. And guess what Ahmed writes? There is only one God. The next morning, as they prepare to continue, the others mock Ahmed for being slow and clumsy at writing. Without a word, Ahmed immediately shows his skill. That is the beginning of how Ahmed ends up sailing with the Northmen. After nearly 2 weeks at sea, they finally reach the kingdom they were told about. There, Bulawith unexpectedly writes down the same sentence Ahmed had written earlier. They arrive at the palace, where the king looks exhausted and broken by the state of his kingdom. Bulawith, who dislikes beating around the bush, leans in and whispers to the king. The king's words shock all 13 warriors, and they immediately question the creatures that have been ravaging the kingdom. According to the king, those creatures appear with a thick fog and attack without warning. Just then a boy runs in panic from the forest where he lived. Through his broken words, the boy says his family was just murdered by those creatures. Without hesitation, Bulawith and the 13 warriors set out. When they reach the scene, they find no trace of the creatures. The only things left are signs of brutality, dead bodies and gnawed limbs. Finally, they discover a clue, a stone carved with a symbol, representing a tribe called the Wendel, a primitive race also known as the Mist Monsters, creatures that hide in the thick fog. Following Wendel's footprints, which are unlike normal human tracks, they climb a hill to survey the area. They see a few panicked animals running. They believe the Wendel are still there, watching from behind the trees, so they have no choice but to wait for the fog to arrive and face the Wendel directly. That night at the palace, everyone gathers to hear the king describe the Wendel in detail. According to him, the Wendel are not strange or harmless things. They are creatures with teeth like lions, heads like bears, sharp claws, appearing at night in the fog and sometimes moving in swarms that look like crawling glowing creatures. After hearing the king's account and that of eyewitnesses, Bulawith and the 13 warriors sleep in a circle to protect each other. While the atmosphere is quiet and cold, tragedy suddenly strikes. 2 warriors are killed in the attack. Their heads are taken, leaving only their mutilated bodies behind. Bulawith and the others are confused because they find no Wendel bodies. This raises the theory that the Wendel truly are demons that cannot be killed. But soon Bulawith discovers a blood trail from a Wendel, disproving that theory. In other words, the Wendel are ordinary humans. They have one characteristic: they never leave their dead behind, always carrying away the bodies of their fallen. The next morning, Bulawith rallies everyone to build defenses with sharpened wooden stakes. While he and the 13 warriors work, The king's eldest son, known for being spoiled, simply chats with his father. This makes a warrior named Herger deliberately provoke a fight to demonstrate the courage and strength of the Northmen. As a result, a duel is arranged. Herger must face one of the prince's warriors, a tall, strong man still in his prime. Each is given 3 shields, representing 3 lives. And so the duel begins. Herger indeed seems overwhelmed by his opponent, down to his last shield. Seeing this, Ahmed almost intervenes to stop the fight, but Bulawif holds him back and tells him to be quiet and just watch until it ends. Using tactics and a little trickery, Herger finally defeats his opponent, even beheading him. Not long after, thick fog appears in the distance, accompanied by the sight of fireworms, just as the king had described. At that moment, they see a child panicked and running from the Wendel's fireworms. With great compassion, Ahmed immediately mounts his horse and rushes to save the child. When he gets close to the Wendel formation, Ahmed sees clearly that they are riding horses and carrying torches. From this, he concludes the Wendel are not demons or monsters but ordinary humans, a cavalry force numbering in the hundreds. As soon as Ahmed brings the child safely inside the fortress, the Wendel army immediately forms an attack. The real battle begins. Amid the many fighters, Ahmed is the one who directly kills a Wendel, even seeing its true face. As suspected, the Wendel are just ordinary humans, disguised as monsters with face paint and outfits made from bear fur. After the battle ends and the hundreds of Wendel retreat with the fading fog, Herger tells Ahmed that 4 of their comrades died in the fight. To recover, Herger offers Ahmed a drink to regain strength, but Ahmed knows well that what the Northmen usually drink is fermented wine or ale, which contains alcohol and causes intoxication, so he refuses. The next morning, when everyone gathers, they find Wendel's body that was perhaps accidentally left behind. This further convinces them that the Wendel are not demons or monsters as rumored, but ordinary humans who can be wounded and die when their bodies are attacked. Since the internet and Google did not exist at that time, the only way to learn what they do not understand is to visit a sorcerer, who can search for information through mystical prophecy. From him, they learn that the Wendel have a queen, considered their supreme leader. If the queen is killed, the Wendel army of hundreds or even thousands might be subdued and end their terror. Following this guidance, Bulawif and the remaining warriors head to the Forbidden Hill, where thick fog often first appears. There, Ahmed suddenly theorizes about the Wendel posing as bears. If his theory is correct, the Wendel see themselves as bears. Bears usually live in caves, and the only way to hunt bears is to attack their lair directly and destroy them in their den. The 13 warriors follow the Wendel tracks and are led to a waterfall. This ultimately proves the Wendel are indeed human, even having built an entire community. They have a bridge leading to a deep underground cave. Bulawif does not hesitate. He and his comrades act immediately, killing the guards one by one. After dealing with the guards, Bulawif and his comrades move inside. They are nearly discovered by a group of Wendel warriors, eating and going about their lives. Sensing danger, Bulawif and the group quickly move deeper into the cave, aiming to find the Wendel queen's hiding place. Ahmed is horrified when he steps into a room filled with human skulls and white bones, remnants of centuries of brutality caused by the Wendel. The sight before him is truly terrifying. The journey does not get easier, as their path is cut off by a waterfall. With no other choice, the group must use a rope to swing across to the other side. After overcoming countless dangers, including nearly being swept away by strong currents, Bulawif finally reaches a spot believed to be where the Wendel queen performs her rituals. Too eager and impatient, Bulawif immediately moves to challenge the queen, unaware that she wields a claw dipped in a poisoned chalice, capable of killing. Even so, Bulawif succeeds in killing the queen, though he himself suffers a small scratch from the poisoned claw. Soon they discover a secret passage, a tunnel leading to the other side of the cave. As they move, a wounded warrior confesses he cannot continue. Rather than become a burden, he decides to stay behind, at least to hold off the Wendel so his comrades can escape. Ahmed and the others reach the end of the tunnel, where the only exit is a waterway leading out to the sea. With no other choice, they dive in, holding their breath as long as they can, and finally escape the Wendel lair safely. When they return to the palace, Ahmed and the others see Bulawif is dying from the poison. Though the queen is dead, the Wendel soldiers do not yet know. That means they can still attack whenever the fog comes, unless news of the queen's death reaches the entire Wendel army. As expected, when the fog rolls in, hundreds of Wendel appear to launch an attack. Without hesitation, Ahmed and the townspeople prepare to defend themselves for the coming battle. Herger notices something. While everyone is tense, worried and mentally preparing for the fight, Ahmed removes his armor and quietly prays to the Almighty. He does not ask for strength or victory, only for forgiveness for all his sins. Because Ahmed understands that if he falls in this battle, the only way to be saved in the eternal world is through God's forgiveness. Soon after, Beowulf appears. Though in critical condition, he is determined to fight alongside his warriors. In contrast to Ahmed, who prays to one god, Beowulf and the Northmen pray to various gods and sing according to their own beliefs. The final battle erupts. The Wendel army is routed by 13 warriors. As the fighting rages, a horn sounds, the signal for the Wendel to retreat. That means news of the queen's death has spread and the Wendel will never attack again. After it is all over, Beowulf takes his last breath full of spirit, having fought beside his comrades until the end. The next day, as Ahmed prepares to return to Arabia, Herger loudly wishes him a safe journey. A very Nordic ending.